Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
We in there. Listen, people. What's good? My man with the plan, Ralphie, on the ones and twos.
Hey, we're going. We're going,
man. We rocking it today. What's up? This your man, Errin Robbins. I'm here. One half of the Friday Night Delights. One half of the Philly Sports Guys, as you will. One half of the Fluffy World Order. You know what we do. This your man. But listen, my man, Peter, my compadre, he's not here today. He's a little feeling under the weather. He's been actually sick the last couple of weeks. Miss you, buddy. But he's going to be back shortly. So we're going to rock, man. We're going to keep it moving, I got Ralphie on the ones and twos. So we're going to, listen, this next 30 minutes to the hour, we're going to rock it. So that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
So listen, a lot to talk about. Before I even go into the whole thing, a couple things I just want to talk about. A little icebreaker, if you will. I did see the Hobbs and Shaw movie. I don't know if did you watch that yet?
No, I have not.
If you guys didn't check it out, the Fast and Furious movie, Hobbs and Shaw, I really thought it was good. I enjoyed it. If you're into the Fast and Furious thing, lot going on with that. I didn't know this. There was a lot of beef with Tyrese and Rock, and there's a lot of beef along with Vin Diesel and Rock. Did you hear about that?
Really?
Yeah, a lot of beef going on.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I took the wife out to see it, so it was good. It was good. But Ralphie, what I was telling you, we were talking off camera, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, thanks for rocking with his family. I see you out to California, Dave. I see you, California, no style to party. I would love to hear Dave sing that song. I would love to hear you sing that song. So look, he's in on cue. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Ducks. Let's go Clippers. Now, see, Dave, we're going to stick with us, man, because we're going to go into that. We're going to talk a little NBA as well as NFL, and we're going to go into the Christmas schedule. So I definitely want to get your thoughts on that. My man BT's in the house. I see Ben Turok rocking with us, Brian Wilson, as well as my man Jake Friel, Jake from State Farm. I see you. But as I was saying to you, Ralphie, when we was off camera, Jalen Ramsey actually had an interesting article that came out. He was actually on the podcast, the Will Compton and Taylor Lewan podcast that was actually, I guess they do it on a regular basis, Tennessee Titan lineman. And he was saying, and I quote, now, and Jalen Ramsey, I understand he's a millennial, and some of these cast of characters of the guys that we have now is just different. He's one of those guys. As you know, as we talked about, he showed up in the Brinks armor truck.
Oh, yeah, right before the training camp.
Yeah, so that's what he does. So, but one of the things I thought was intriguing about him was, now, and again, I quote, this is what he said. Now, he was at Florida State from 2013 to 2015. And he said, and I quote, what I would do to get to my opponents, right? Mm-hmm. He would actually, right before the game, look on his counterparts, the cornerbacks that he was going against. I'm sorry, wide receivers, rather, he's going against. And he would actually look at who was on there as far as on his page, the girl, as far as his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he would slide right into DM. Yo, is that crazy or what,
That's
Ralphie?
cold, bro.
Give me your thoughts on that, Ralphie.
That's cold, because if you think about it, you're a top 5 wide receiver in the country, right? You're about to go against Jalen Ramsey. And then, you're sitting in the locker room, and then all of a sudden your girlfriend texts you with a screenshot of Jalen Ramsey. That's got to get you fired up, man. That's got to get you fired up.
It has to. And I'm sitting there, and I'm reading, like, as a man, there's certain rules and regulations that you have.
Yeah, like that's crossing the line.
Yeah, that's crossing the line on every bit. Like, and to see that happen, what do you do? I mean, it truly messes with your head, man.
Like what would you do? Like, just say, like, if you're in that top, if you're that wide receiver, right? And you're
right.
and it's like 2 hours before the game, you're with your boys in the locker room getting taped up, getting a little bit more treatment, and your girlfriend hits you up with a screen. Like, how do you take that? Like,
dog, that is crazy. That was crazy. I just thought that was very, very intriguing. But listen, we got a lot going on tonight. As you know, the poll question, and I'm actually gonna get it right into the poll question. Before I do that, I want to kind of go into the game. I'm kind of switching around, guys. But we had a game yesterday, Ralphie.
Yes, we did, against Tennessee.
Tennessee Eagles. Yesterday, as you know, and Ralphie, what was the score, sir? Give me the score.
What was it, 27? What was it, 27-10, something like that? Yeah, it was pretty bad. 27-10. I mean, but it is preseason football, so I mean, I'm not gonna get all up in arms because we got blown out. But
Yeah.
I mean, Nate Sudfeld looked. To be honest, bro, he looked really good up until he got snapped his wrist.
Yeah.
So
which was a big moment, which I wanted to go into. And it's funny because it's like, okay, we had the whole offensive line out, and Wentz is out, and then Sudfeld, like you said, is doing his thing, and then him just getting hurt.
Yeah.
It puts us in a situation because, as we know, I can't even say the man's. I'm just going to say Thurston. I mean Thurston.
Yeah,
from,
Thorson. Yeah.
Thorson.
Yeah.
As well as Cody Kessler. I mean, who's worse? You know what I mean? So right now.
Yeah, it's at that point right now where it's like, what other quarterbacks do we have outside of Nate Sudfeld, just in case, if Carson does go down this year with another injury. But I mean, if it is a 6 weeker and he's not supposed to be back until week 3, do the Eagles have to go out and get another backup quarterback? I mean, and that's what Howie and them and Jeffrey and the guys in the front office have to ask themselves is that if he's not going to be back until week 2, then is it even worth going out and grabbing another quarterback?
Yeah, and that leads to the poll question: will the Eagles sign Colin Kaepernick? Now listen, I mean I understand people feel what they might want to feel. As far as some of the things in the past with the kneeling and all that. But at the end of the day, let's just be honest, ladies and gentlemen. You can't tell me that out of all the quarterbacks, second-string quarterbacks, third-string quarterbacks, Colin Kaepernick is not better than a lot of these guys out here. Let's just be honest. And I understand he's got to be in the right situation because you don't want to have a quarterback controversy. I get that. But with Sudfeld being out 6 to 8 weeks, okay, that would put him around, game 5, if you will. Honestly, let's keep it real.
Well, if it is 6 weeks,
right?
That's
season, game 4. That's Green Bay, right?
That might only be until week 2, week 3 of the regular season. Because you think about it, the season starts September 8th.
Right.
Where at last night would have been a month before opening day for the Eagles.
Okay.
We start September 8th.
So
if you think about it, that's 4 weeks away plus the 6 months. I mean, that's only what, week 3 he comes back?
So let's see. Let's just
projected to be week 3.
So you're saying week 3 because from what I understood, they were saying
6 weeks.
Green Bay week. That's what they're saying.
Oh, so that's week 4.
Yeah.
But that's another question you got to ask yourself if you're Harry Roseman is that
right.
Do you even need another quarterback to come along, even though that he's going to be back at week 4, ready to go?
All right, so let me throw this at you guys, and I'm going to throw it to the family. Again, family, thanks for rocking with us right now. Let me throw this at you guys. And Ben Turok, Ben Turok, that's my buddy, man. He says Bradford will get signed before Cap or Chase. Listen, man, Sammy Sleeves needs to go somewhere. He didn't steal enough money. All right? Sammy Sleeves has got the ski mask out and robbed everybody. We don't want to get robbed by him.
He's played for what?
He
played what?
Guess how
years?
much he made last year?
8, 9. What year did he get drafted? 2008, right, with the Rams. 2008.
Yes.
So last year he played with
with
the Cardinals. So it was 10 years.
But guess how much he made last year?
$20 million.
Yes.
To just get cut. And Aaron, that was guaranteed money, $20 million.
Yes.
He gets all of that.
Yes.
Bro, I've seen a stat with Sam Bradford, and if you think I'm lying, look it up. He made over like $230 million, bro.
Absolutely. The ski mask is alive.
That's insane. Whoever his agent is should get a Nobel Peace Prize. I want him, bro. If I ever make it somewhere, I want him as my agent.
Listen, man.
Because he robs people.
He robs people blind, man. And it's like they fall for it. It's like the inevitable. You know he's going to rob you. You know what's coming.
Yep.
It's like a robber. You see somebody behind you. You're in the streets. And you see him in the corner of your eye coming. And you know he's got a gun in your hand. You know he's got a knife in your hand. You see it coming, but you're like, all right, it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back to Cap. Now, listen, like I said, and what Ben said, he's saying Bradford, as we know, Josh McCown's out there as well as some of the other guys out there, Mark Sanchez. I mean, there's a cast of characters out there. But honestly, I just think if you're the Eagles, you're in a situation where even if Sudfeld itself, and this is where I'm at, let's say Wentz goes down, right? Let's just say, I don't know, game 3. Sudfeld's still not back. Kessler and Thorson is not legit. You're not going to do anything. You bring Cap in because, let me say this. When Sudfeld does come back, we don't know if the injury could be serious with Wentz. We don't know the situation. But I'm just throwing it out there. When Sudfeld does come back, do you really trust Sudfeld to get you to the championship? That's what a lot of Eagles fans have to realize. Think about it in your mind. Do you really think when the game's on the line that Sudfeld can really get you and get that chip?
But the thing is that what happened with Nick Foles and the whole backup quarterback winning the Super Bowl, that is very, very rare, bro. That's like throwing a needle in a haystack, and you go into that haystack and just picking up three things, and it's right in front of your face.
It was magical.
That's what. I don't think it would ever happen again.
It's like seeing a little person in the store.
Absolutely.
By the way, I did see one last week. Yo, I'm saying, wait, off the subject, guys. I'm sorry. I got to say this. I love my little people out there. Shout out to all my little peoples out there. I love y'all. But I saw a little person in Acme, and I was just amazed. And I don't want to say nothing because, they get tired of people coming to them.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
Ralphie. I want to say hi to the little person. But that's besides the point. Go ahead, Ralphie. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm saying is that, like, the whole backup quarterback situation where, like you just asked, can Cody Kessler or Nate Sudfeld or even, Clayton Thorson come out? Yeah. If Carson does go down, come out and win you a Super Bowl.
No.
Listen.
No.
What Nick Foles did that 2017.
Right.
It's magical, bro. It was magical.
So, Ralphie, let me ask you this question, and I need you to be 100 with me. Family, I need you guys to be 100 with me. Do you trust?
But here's the thing.
Do you trust Sudfeld to get you a championship? Yes or no?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Because I know it's not. Because I know it's not going to happen again.
So you signed Cap, correct? And now, Frank, let me say this. Frank says something. What's up, Frank?
But do you believe?
Frankie V?
But here's the thing, though.
Right.
But do you believe Kaepernick can lead you to a championship?
I feel more comfortable. And again, people want to say, well, he's been out a couple of years, blah, 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 blah. I feel more comfortable in having Cap and seeing what Cap can do as opposed to Sudfeld. And don't get me wrong. I like Sudfeld. He's been there 3 years. He's been in the system. I get all that.
Yeah.
But I know his ability. Kaepernick, and I'm not saying, I know BT's going to say something. Kaepernick's not a world beater. Let me put that out there. I'm not saying he's a world beater. But he's somebody that's formidable that can make plays for you, okay? He can make all the throws. He can get the ball to the Sean. He can get the ball to the tight ends. He can get the ball to the running backs. And pretty much that's all you really need at this point. So now Frankie V says, sup, guys. I have to disagree with the poll. I like the idea, but it would just end up as a distraction in the locker room. Got to pass on that. Now, I'm going to disagree with you on that. Let me say this to you, to the family out there, to Ralphie, and all the millions of people that's watching right now. When you go through something in life, when you find yourself flat on your back, when you're out in the outhouse, if you will, your perspective changes. Okay, I say that to say because he's been out there, he's been in the outhouse, he's been discord for the NFL. He wants to come back, he wants to play, he wants to show that he's not a distraction, he's a team guy. So I think honestly that he can come in and be a team guy. I think he'll follow suit. Now, the only question is the kneeling thing. I don't know if he's still going to do it. I don't know. I mean, but that's why I say we could do it because if anybody can do it at a lot of the organizations, and again, there's some flag staff organizations that can actually do that, and the Eagles are one of them. Okay, as we know,
that can sign Kaepernick.
That can sign Kaepernick because we know they did it with the Vic situation. And again, the Vic situation is different. I get it, but what I say is it's similar because to some degree because of the media hoopla.
Yeah,
the media circus that's going to happen. All the activity that's going to happen going on. So I know that Jeffrey Lurie is that type of owner who does think outside the box, as well as Howie, that in this case, it's being, let me say this, right now, I'm quite sure they're at the Novacare Center right now, and I'm quite sure they're having meetings, and I'm quite sure they're talking, and this is a big discussion.
Yeah. It's a huge discussion.
What do you think, Ralphie?
And it's definitely a big discussion for every team out there that needs a backup quarterback. Because there's plenty of teams out there that need another backup quarterback.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like you just said,
right.
It all comes down to is this going to be a distraction in the locker room? How are our players going to handle it? Mm-hmm. What's the media going to be like? And there's just a lot of factors coming into them about Colin Kaepernick, in my honest opinion.
Right.
Where the media comes into play and the locker room. It's all I think the team that can sign Colin Kaepernick is a team that can have a strong locker room and that can just block out the media stuff. Because if you look at the Eagles, right, the Eagles had a strong locker room that year that Michael Vick was signed.
Right.
And I mean, granted, I know we all know that it was all there. The first 2 weeks that Michael Vick was signed. And it was all there. People standing outside of the Nova complex with hide your dogs, Michael Vick's in town, stuff like that.
Yeah, and they got ugly.
Yeah,
for
like 2 weeks. But then after the 2 weeks, it all went away. And people Still love Michael Vick to this day whenever he comes back to Philadelphia. Just how it is.
The Peter folk was out there. The ASPA folk,
Yep.
all them was out there. So we got some comments real quick. Just want to chime in real quick. My man Jake Friel, man with the plan, 50 grand. He said, "What's up, boys? Disagree with the poll. They say Sudfield will only be out 6 weeks, injury. Plus Cap hasn't played in 3 years. But again, it's definitely a discussion to have." Excuse me. Like I said, I get the fact he hasn't played in 3 years, but being a quarterback, being a professional, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
It's like riding a bike, bro. Once you get out there and you get that first hit and you make that first throw, you'll be back. And again, let me put a disclaimer out there. I'm not saying, and I know somebody's going to say, you know what you're talking about. No, Cap is not a world beater. I'll be the first to tell you that. But he's better than we have right now other than Wentz.
It's almost like, if you really want to, I'll try to put this into like, compare a little bit. It's almost like, you go away for vacation. You don't got to drive anywhere. You know, everything's, there for you. You get the Uber. You take Uber everywhere, stuff like that. You got your own personal, and then you come home.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, I got to drive, but you haven't been driving for 2 weeks. So, like, you're a little iffy on the brakes a little bit. But that second time around the block, you're like, okay, I'm good to go.
Yeah. So also piggybacking off of my man BT. BT says, no chance they bring in Cap for a few weeks. Too much bag is a shame, but fact. He also follows up and says, but if it really was a discussion, they would have brought him in instead of Sudfield. Well, listen, BT, I hear what you're saying, buddy. I hear what you're definitely saying, but I mean, Sudfield's been there for a while. I mean, he's been in there for. He's the guy that
about 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years. They stopped him from going to Indianapolis, so they believe in the guy. But honestly, man, me personally, if Wentz goes down tomorrow, what do you have?
Yeah.
So
I think if Wentz, you know what, and I'm not hoping this, I never hope injury in a play.
Right, absolutely.
But you always gotta have that discussion because we know about Wentz's injury history.
Absolutely.
If that time comes where Carson does get injured, I think it's a real possibility he is on this team.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the list, I have the list right here.
Okay. Break it down for me, Ralph.
You have Brock Osweiler, who's still out there, right?
Okay, I like it.
Okay, Matt Castle, who's out there. Josh McCown, Landry Jones is out there.
Yes, sir.
There's some quarterbacks out there. I mean, the only one, you have freaking Mark Sanchez, but he's retired.
Yes.
Would he come out of retirement just to freaking play
He's
again?
a bum. He's a fraud. Go ahead. Who else?
So, Connor Cook is out there.
Oh, man, it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
The list is getting worse. Now,
Brandon Whedon.
Now my man, oh, my God. My man, shout out to my man, I just had it. Brian Mullins, thanks for rocking with us, man. He says, are there any quarterbacks in the AFF that could potentially be a good backup? I know Phil Sims' brothers out there. Not Phil Sims. Phil Sims' son, rather. Matt Sims was playing in AFF.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy. Other than that, I mean, we're not going to we already kicked the tires around with, what's the kid from Penn State? That was a flop.
Oh, my God. Who was
God. What's the kid from Penn State, y'all?
That's
a flop.
That just got drafted this year?
Hackenberg.
Yeah, Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah, he was in AFF as well. So I mean, other than that, nah. All right, so listen, fluffy world order, guys. Fluffy moment. As you know, myself and Ralphie, Peter, Gmail, part of the fluffy world order. Got some snacks. Ralphie, what are you looking at, man? What we think? What we thinking about?
Go with the Reese's first.
We're gonna rock with the Reese's.
Yeah.
Fluffy world order. That's what we do, guys. All right, I'm throwing it to you. All right,
we going here
we'll
first?
keep it. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so listen. So just a quick recap, like Ralphie said earlier, 27-10. As we know, the Birds took a L yesterday, and there's some of the bright spots. The kid, what's his name? Deshaun. I'm tearing his name up. DeAndre Hall, defense end, looked pretty good out there.
Yeah, and they also said Josh Sweat.
Yeah.
Missed a couple opportunities.
Yeah.
But I mean, he last night. I mean, he was all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. I mean, he was doing his thing last night, and right before Nate Sudfield got injured, Sudfield was slinging it, man. He looked good. He looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the first string secondaries. I saw Maddox out there. Sidney Jones was out there. Rasul was out there for a little bit. They also did pretty good.
Don't forget, Sonny Michel's brother actually had a nice game.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. Yep, he had
the only
touchdown last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
And listen, Dallas Goedert, man. I mean, I know.
We'll talk about a stud, dude. We'll talk about a stud.
Shout out to my man Pete. Pete's been on him for a while. He was talking about him for a while. He was saying that basically to some degree that Ertz could be expendable.
Yeah.
And it's a possibility. Because, I mean, Goddard just has everything. He's got got enough speed. He can block. He's
And he
got
does
great
something.
hands.
And he does something that Zach Ertz really doesn't do for this football
what's
team.
that?
And that's yards after contact, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As soon as he catches the ball, he goes right down.
Yo, Ertz
And we've seen it since he's been here.
goes down. You can hit. You can just go like this. He goes right down.
Yep.
Yeah. He don't take a
He
hit.
catches the ball and goes right down. And
Yeah.
Dallas, you saw it last night, a couple plays. Dallas caught that ball and he was already turning upfield. He was going upfield looking for somebody to
Absolutely.
just a truck. I
Yeah.
love that. And the other guy that really stood out to me last night was Andre Dillard, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Aaron.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Well, listen. I've been
You
on.
better not let that man play all preseason
I've
because they're gonna have a left tackle.
A controversy?
Yes, sir.
Ralphie D, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I've been a Dillard fan, man. I watch a lot of college football. I watch a lot. Good run, Dobbs. Look at Dobbs running around. Okay. What's his name? Dobbs.
Yep, Josh
Pittsburgh?
Dobbs.
Josh
Yep.
Dobbs doing his thing. Big college football fan. I always catch those late games, those Washington State games.
Yeah, the Pac-12 games.
Pac-12 games,
10:30.
Boise State
Yep.
games. Oh man, I love it.
The blue turf.
The blue turf.
Yeah.
You got Arizona State at night. Oh, I love those games. And I will watch Dillard, Washington State. And they threw the ball, of course, a lot.
Yeah.
But his blocking, man, he's such an athlete, man. And honestly, man, it's so refreshing to know that, we know that Peters is a Hall of Famer. We know what he is. But in the case he goes down, which he could go down game one, which is a possibility, we have someone that can come in, you can plug in right away and play. So I like that. Mulata had a decent game as well.
Yeah.
He looked well. He looked good as well. Vaitai looked good as well. He was a bright spot. Now, some of the guys I was disappointed in yesterday while I was watching the game was Pryor, the guard, who I've been very high on, but he had 3 holding calls, which is horrible. Excuse me. And also Josh Adams, man. I mean, when you're dealing with a situation, you got 6 guys, or actually 5 guys in front of you right now. We already know Sanders is going to make the team. We already know Sproles is going to make the team. We know that Clemens probably going to make the team. And we know that Jordan Howard's going to make the team. So basically the last spot, because I know they're going to probably carry 5, right? We know
think
this.
so?
Yeah. The only way they don't carry 5 unless they have a lot of injuries, which they do right now.
Yeah.
But if they have a lot of key injuries to cornerback, secondary play, that's a possibility. That's the only way they don't carry 5. But as you know, last year they carried 5.
Yeah.
They carried 5. So I mean, honestly, man, I think he messed up his chances, fumbling, and that was a problem last year. That was his issue last year. He couldn't hold on to the ball. As you remember, he had a nice run. He had a couple games where I think the one game he had 100 yards, right?
Yeah.
And
Josh
then-
Adams, yeah.
Right, and then I forget which game it was. It was like, was it a Dallas game?
It was I remember
which game was it?
the
Dallas game?
the Carolina game. We were up 17.
Right.
And what started the roller coaster was him fumbling at the 50-yard line, which changed the whole game.
And then after that,
Yeah.
we didn't see him no more.
Nope.
He was ghost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so I don't know. So I mean, he was one of the guys that I just said, man, come on, guys, you got to carry the ball and catch it, man. You can't fumble the ball. So Brian Mullins says linebacking core was a little disappointing, which I do agree.
Yeah.
Last night we got to tighten it up. I do agree. Now, one of the guys that I think is going to be a pleasant surprise that will make the team first as a special team player, but is a guy that you might want to watch out is the kid Wilson from Wisconsin. He's a guy that we got, I believe. I think he's undrafted offhand. I think
so. Yeah.
He's a guy that's a steal for us. So, speaking of steals, Ryan Bates, who we were very high on, the lineman from Penn State, he was traded today.
Yep.
For the kid's name, I think it was Harold.
Yeah,
Eli
Harold.
Yeah, Eli Harold. He started 25
Bills.
games, right, from the Bills. He started 25 games with the Detroit Lions. So he's a guy he's been around for at least 3 or 4 years. He's a guy that's going to bring in some experience, some depth. So, I mean, it's an interesting signing for now. Listen, at the end of the day, family, Howie's going to make moves, man. This is what he does. He cooks. He gets in that kitchen, and he's cooking. That little guy's cooking, man. This is what he does.
That's that's been ever since Howie's been the GM. I mean, that's been his MO. From the from the off season until training camp and up until week 8.
Yeah.
If you give Howie enough pieces to make a move, he'll make a move. He'll wheel and deal.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we'll see what happens with that, man. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with the Eagles. I think next week. Who we got next week?
Jacksonville.
the Nicky Foles Carson Wentz Bowl. I don't think Carson's playing next week.
Yeah, I don't think he is either.
Listen, I would not let him touch
After what happened with Nate Sudfeld, just a little hit, and you go to brace yourself.
I'm good. Miss me with that. Listen, I'm good with it. Sit him. I'm good with sitting Sproles. I'm good with sitting Jackson. Sit them all.
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, they're going to get their reps in practice.
Yeah.
You know, I think
especially the guys on the first team.
Yeah.
Who obviously we all know the guys on the first team get way more reps than the guys on the second, third, and fourth team. So
right,
they're going to get their reps.
And I think from what I understand, they're going to do inter squad practice or scrimmage rather with the Ravens.
Okay.
So I'm good with it, and that's where Wentz will get his reps. That's when because what happens is when you're doing the inter squad scrimmages, you get your reps in. You can control everything. With the preseason games, you can't control things.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I can honestly say about Belichick, the hoodie. He does that a lot. He does a lot of the inter scrimmages with a lot of teams. So yeah, moving along. So as we know, NBA is fastly approaching. The schedule is coming out next week, next Monday. I tell you what, man, NBA stays relevant, man. They do it all the time, man. They just know how to figure it out and stay relevant. That's why they're the second best right now. And as we know, we did see some videos. Ralphie, I don't know if you saw it, but Mr. Ben Simmons.
Finding his shot.
I
know that makes you happy.
Where is Waldo?
I know that makes you happy, man.
Where is Waldo? Ben Simmons' shot is like, where's Waldo? I don't know about y'all, but I've been looking forward to.
A lot of people, and still to this day, a lot of people are still saying he's shooting with the wrong hand.
Yeah.
He's still shooting with the wrong hand.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man.
But you know what, Sixers fans, you guys got to be just grateful about it that he's actually taking threes and having a jump shot. If it's going in, it don't matter what hand he's shooting with, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean,
I just need, listen, and I've always said I've been hard on Ben. You know, I was one of those guys that at one point I was thinking about trading him, and I feel bad about it because, like TA says, he is a young guy. He's 22 years old. He's got the world right now is his oyster.
Yeah.
You know, until the situation in Melbourne with the casino. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he got denied access in a casino in Melbourne,
Really?
Australia. Yeah. But other than that, the world's still his oyster.
Yeah.
But I just feel if he can just give me that 17-foot shot, that's all I need, bro. I just give me that and just give me that post-up game. Right now, he could be one of the best in the game, especially down low.
Well, I've been telling everybody, listen, once Ben Simmons gets that jump shot, the dude's gonna be unstoppable. Have fun trying to stop him because now it's basically he can do everything on the floor. Now you gotta start. When he crosses that half court, it's not okay. I can, sit back, relax, because I know that Ben won't take that 15-foot jumper. He doesn't have it. All he does have to go to the lane. Now it's like, okay, now I have to be honest with Ben because now he has that jumper, in the gun case. He's ready to go. He's ready to unleash it.
Exactly. And that's all I wanted to do on a regular basis. Just give me that. I mean, and the thing about the Sixers, man, I know we're skipping around a little bit, but the Sixers right now, the makeup of the team, man, and it's funny because I play NBA 2K a lot, and I got the new schedule. I got the new rosters on there, and man, I mean, just the defensive presence, man.
Yeah.
Of Horford and B. I mean, I know it's video game stuff, but a lot of it's going to show up on the court, of course. I mean, they're going to be a top 5 defensive team for sure, maybe top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Richardson is just going to be a dog with Ben. The length that they have right now is just
the length on your starting 5 is
man,
insane.
It's crazy,
and
man.
you saw
Tobias.
What it did. And, you can kind of compare it to what the Milwaukee Bucks had last year on their starting 5. Their starting 5 last year was long in that half court.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why, Toronto had a tough time, those first 2 games against Milwaukee when they went down 2-0.
Yeah.
They had a tough time, figuring them out because they were so long on the half court.
Right. So I want to segue back, and again, thanks for rocking with us. What's up, Mike Green? He says, what's up, fellas? My man, Michael Kleinkoff. What's good, man? I see you, buddy, doing your thing. So BT says, he said, your craziest Sproles is going to play. He's fighting for a spot. BT, my man with the plan, $50,000, Sproles will be on the squad. Man.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the squad, bro. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's got the lock to be on the squad.
He's locked in, man. He's got nothing to worry about, bro. He's a leader. He's a leader in that running back room. He's not fighting for a spot. They brought him in for a reason. If you look at him on the sidelines, and one of the things I know we're skipping around, but I want to say this. What did you notice yesterday about the veteran players yesterday that was there? I want to just see if you recognized it. The Malcolm Jenkins of the world, who I love, of course. The Darren Sproles, Peter, some of those guys. What did you see on the sideline? What did you see them doing on a regular basis?
Helping out all the rookies.
Looking at the plays, coaching them up. And this is the culture that they have right now. We all in this together still. You know what I mean? Let me show you what we need to do in this play. Let me show you what we need to do in this situation. And that's what Jenkins does. That's what Peters does. That's what Sproles does. And that's why Sproles will be around.
Yep.
So he's not going anywhere. All right? So anyway, back to what we were saying. And also, Mike Green says Aguilar. Aguilar's not going anywhere as well, bro. Aguilar's going to have one of his best years ever, bro.
You think so, man?
I think so.
I hope so,
think
bro.
so.
I hope so, because this is his fifth year in the league.
This is a contract year.
This is his 5th year in the league. This is it.
Matchup-wise, bro, him one-on-one with a lot of players is going to be a problem.
I just think this whole offense, somebody's due for a breakout year. You know what I mean? And that could be anybody on this offensive side. Because if you look at the offensive side, at the tight end, you have Dallas Goedert, you have Zach Ertz. That's a mismatch there already for the linebackers.
Goodness.
Then on the outside, you're going to have Deshaun and Alshon, right?
Man.
And then the slot, you have Nelly.
Pick
And
your
wait. Here comes a 6'4" JJ off the bench. Try to cover
Did you
him
see
on
that
the
catch he almost had?
Yeah, the one-handed catch. Yeah, have fun trying to cover that. This offense is
Pick your poison.
Yeah, pick or poison.
Pick your poison, bro.
Because you can't double nobody.
Ralph, I see you with the.
I love it, dude.
Ralph, you blinging, man. I'm getting blind. Listen, Ralphie D, I don't know about y'all. Ralphie D's the man with the plane. He got the earrings in today, bro. I didn't even notice that. But anyway, also let's skip back to the Sixers. Key signing, and Peter said Peter says to me, "Oh, I know you're going to talk about this because you've been screaming for it the last couple weeks." Yes, I'm going to talk about it. Peter Washington Evans. Yes, Trey Burke is a Sixer. Finally, Elton Brand listened to me, fellow Duke alumni who I am. He finally listened to me, and he finally made it happen. Trey Burke is there. NATO, you stink. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. He stinks. I don't like him. He'll make the squad, of course. But Trey Burke, listen, guys, all Sixers fans out there, all right?
Yeah.
Ring the bell. Whatever you want to say. 10, 9, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to say. We finally have a scorer that can come off the bench, and if BB puts him in the correct role, which I hope he will, which I think he will, he's going to be a bona fide scorer to come off the bench. He can give us 16 points a game.
Yeah.
And on any team, you got to have a guy that can come off the bench or a guy in certain situations where he can come up and just light it up. And Trey Burke's that guy. He can fit that role like a glove. I'm not saying he's Lou Williams, because I know some of y'all going to say, well, you trying to say he's Lou Williams? No, I'm not saying he's Lou Williams. But he's a guy that we can put in sort of that role to come off the bench and give us points that we need. So I just think it was a good signing. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the Sixers, man. I'm excited. What's the kid? I'm tearing his name up. The guy we signed from Washington.
Thibault.
Yep, my man. He actually just signed with Nike.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was a good deal
That's
for them.
nice.
And then also Zion, I believe, signed with Nike as well. Yeah,
Bryce on YouTube, Bryce Brackwell on YouTube says, definitely would sign Kaepernick, but it won't happen.
Yeah.
North Dakota Mama says, no to Kaepernick. He would not be happy with being a backup and just being an issue in the locker room. We don't need that again. And then Todd Womack says, Dillard is the new bodyguard by year 3. Mulata will be ready as well.
I agree. I agree with everything except for what was my second one?
North Dakota Mama.
North Dakota Mama, I love you, but I disagree with you, man. I disagree because, like I said earlier, when you face adversity in life, and when you're out there in the cold, basically, which he has been, you just want a chance. You want to fit in, and I just think he'll come in, he'll be a good soldier, he'll do the things that he needs to do, he'll study his playbook, the whole 9 yards, and he's going to be good in the quarterback room. And I think, and to the first gentleman I was talking, I think it's probably not going to happen, but it should happen. I think it should happen. So we'll see. But moving along, so we got a schedule coming out. I know we're a couple weeks late, but the Christmas schedule did come out. And Ralphie, I'm gonna let you start off, man. Your team, Dave Roska, here's your chance. Dave from LA, here's your chance, buddy.
You gotta love it.
All right, we got the Clippers, Lakers.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be, man. I think that's gonna be 8:00 game. I think it's 8:00 game.
Yeah, you can't put that at 10:30.
Nah, it's the 8:00 game. We got, I believe it's the Nuggets and the Pelicans, right? Nuggets and Pelicans?
Yes, Christmas night, yep.
We also got, of course,
that was Sixers and Bucks.
Sixers and Bucks.
Which I think
that'll be
is
a
at
3:00 game.
Wells, which is think is at Wells Fargo.
As Wells
this
Fargo,
year.
that'll be a 3 o'clock game, which is going to be great. And then the first game, I think, was the Toronto, I believe it is.
Toronto, yeah, I'm getting it
check
right
that
now.
out. And then we got Golden State and the Rockets. Golden State and the Rockets, which is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like I said, the NBA is just staying relevant. The schedule's coming out next Monday.
Yep, this Monday. I think they said at 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Which would it
and
be?
from what I understand, I believe all of the Lakers-Clippers games will be all primetime games.
Oh, really?
Excuse me. Every game will be primetime. It'll be on TNT or ESPN,
Wow.
which I love. Listen, man, I mean, and Ralphie, I know we talked a little bit about the Lakers, but let's just talk since we have you here, my friend. The state of the Lakers. How you feeling today, my friend?
I'm feeling
as
good,
you wake
dude.
up. As you wake up and
I'm feeling good.
okay.
So
Give me more, Ralphie. What you think, man?
Telling you, bro.
Okay.
You gave LeBron James off
Okay.
6 months that he hasn't had in 8 years.
Okay, I like
You're
it.
throwing dirt on LeBron James's name every year.
You got a hateration, holleration in this dance
You
ring.
got Anthony Davis, one of the best bigs in the league.
Okay.
Kyle Kuzma, I think hopefully he can be that third guy to go along with the centerpiece.
Okay.
We actually signed shooters this year, which is nice. Not guys that are just playmakers. We
Right.
signed JaVale McGee back, which I was a little.
I like it. You didn't like
a little
it?
bit.
I like it.
He had his moments last year with us, but I mean,
tell you what,
the thing that I love about
Fantasy-wise, he was good.
oh really?
Yeah, he was good fantasy.
The thing I love about JaVale is that most centers now these days can't really get up and down the court. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he can. He gets up and down the court very fast. I like
does.
that as well in his
does.
transition.
KCP.
KCP's back. Yup. Danny Green is back. We just signed Danny Green.
that was a very good sign.
We got Rondo back.
I like that.
Brought Rondo back.
Got the Pelican connection.
Yeah.
Rondo, Davis, and
Yep.
Cousins.
So it's looking good, dude. So some of the Christmas games are Clippers at Lakers.
Okay.
At Staples, the Pelicans at Denver,
Okay.
and Boston at Toronto. And then the other ones is the Sixers and Bucks.
So Boston, Toronto will probably be the 12 o'clock game.
Yeah, the early game.
That's
yeah.
at Toronto, right?
Yes.
That's a good run. By the way, I got Samuels. I got him in fantasy. Best ball. I got a squad, man. I was telling you about. And look, we're off the subject. We're off.
It's fine.
We're a little bit off a little
Yeah.
bit, guys. We're going to talk a little fantasy.
We rolling.
My squad, man. I'm loaded, man. I'm loaded, bro.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you drafted this early. Week
Yeah.
one preseason.
Yeah, bro. We drafted.
You better
early.
hope nobody. You better hope nobody gets injured, dude. That's
I know.
a risk.
Well, as speaking of that, what's my man's name? Kiki Coty.
Yeah,
he's
he
out
got
for a
hurt.
minute.
Yeah, he got hurt last night. And Javon Curse broke
Jermaine
his leg
Kearse.
last night. Yeah.
He's down. He's out for a minute. Who else? Another big injury. Somebody else got hurt. Can't remember who it was. Shoot, it's escaping me. Another fantasy implicating injury. I can't remember who it was. Somebody else got hurt.
I forget.
But yeah,
I know those are the two
that was some tough
ones that
ones.
happened last night. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So I got Tyreek. I got I'm going Hopkins, Russell Wilson, Lockett.
Who's your running backs?
Tyler Lockett. I got Tevin Campbell, James White. Man, James White, he just does his
He's
thing,
gonna-
bro.
he's gonna
Oh, man,
explode,
he's
bro.
killing it, bro. It's PPR too.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, he's gonna get
man.
20 per game,
I got Chris Thompson.
15 per game.
Yep. Somebody else I picked up, another running back. I got Benny Snell.
Really, that's my guy.
Benny Snell, and
Love Benny.
I got Samuels from Pittsburgh.
There you go.
So I got a nice squad. And then I got tight end wise, I got Delaney Walker, who does his thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Then what I said, let me get smart with it, because I know, and I hate to say it, but the GOAT's gonna do his thing. We know Tom Brady's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, won me a fantasy championship last year. So I picked up Benjamin Watson. I figured he'll be out 4 games. So fast forward, game 5, I can slide him in if Delaney's not producing for me.
Yeah.
So I got a nice squad, man. I'm in there.
Hell yeah.
And then when are you drafting?
We usually do it. Me and my buddies usually do it, a day after all the preseason games are done. Just because, since you go into that draft, now you know who's injured and who's not injured. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So we usually do it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the week, preseason week 4, at the end of the last game.
Okay.
Is when we do our draft.
Yeah, and then the other league I'm in the other league with Ben, BT, Matt Kuntz. I think we're trying to get Abdul in, but that's another league. That's the one I won. So I think that draft is on the 30th. So I'm gonna have to draft from here. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Todd says also on YouTube. He says also with the injury to Nate, I think that drove it home for Wentz that he has to stay healthy this year, And if Michael doesn't make the team, we riot.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Thanks for rocking with us, man. So listen, before we go, where we at right now?
We got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right.
Yep.
So
before we go, almost like Antonio Brown leaving the league.
oh man, where do we start, man? I mean, do we go into the Let's go to YGTG. I know we're a little bit early right now, but we could fill this thing out. We can fill this thing out. So as you know, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. You got to go, and man, the curious case of Antonio Brown. I don't know where to go with this, man. I mean, this guy right now, he's in the news right now. I mean,
from the frostbite to the helmet.
the frostbite to let's go back. Let's talk about throwing a chair out 14 stories out there. 14 stories out and almost hitting somebody and killing somebody.
I missed that.
You didn't know that?
No, I missed that one.
Dog, it happened, was it last year or the year before? Something happened. He got upset or something, and he pushed a sofa, out of his condo.
Oh, sofa.
14 stories. Pushed it out the window, glass window, and almost killed somebody. Yeah. Showing up late, going MIA with Pittsburgh. Didn't he hit somebody at Pittsburgh or something like that? Or something he did.
No, I know the last
The fur
week.
coat incident. Remember he had the fur coat on the sidelines?
Yeah. I remember
He's looking like
that.
Jigga Bear.
Yeah.
Remember that? Looking like Jigga Bear on the sidelines look like a pimp. Had the fur coat on, going live on Facebook
In the locker room.
In a locker room. I mean, like and I get Grudog and I love Mayock. Mike Mayock's my man. But and they're like, oh, he's gonna fall in line. He's gonna fall in line. No, he's not gonna fall in line. If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's what, Ralphie?
Yeah.
It's what?
It's a duck.
Yes.
It's a duck.
And somebody said this to me. That was very profound. And that's why I'm giving him you got to go. He said, yo, man. He said, he dyed his beard blonde. I said, yo, that's real. Because, people that do that, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But that's weird, bro. I mean, just and then now, fast forward with you going to the cryotherapy thing, getting your stuff together. You got to heal and all that. I get all that. But you're not wearing the right attire, and you got frostbite. I mean, he's looking like 12 years a slave. His feet look like 12 years of slave. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, the picture. The picture.
Yeah,
of the
He
frostbite,
looked
yeah.
like 12 years a slave. I don't know. I mean, like, what are we doing, man? Like, give me your thoughts. About
Also the point of where, you had the Facebook incident.
Yeah.
And then I think it was last year, the week 17 mishap where him and Mike Tomlin got into it. And now it's the frostbite. And now you have the helmet situation.
Right.
It just never ends. And you know what? A lot of people laughed. You know what? I'll also say this. When Ryan Clark came out and said what he said on ESPN about, Antonio Brown changed his demand, and when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers and said, if you give this man money, he's going to turn into a monster. And people laughed at Ryan Clark.
That's what he said.
Right? And what happened? Pittsburgh gave Antonio Brown his money, and he
all
turned
hell.
into a
And
monster.
all hell
Yep.
broke loose.
And guess what the Raiders did? Guess what the Raiders did
What'd
an
they
hour
do?
after they traded him for him?
What?
They gave him more money. Remember?
Yeah.
They gave him the contract extension.
Yep.
So now you have Antonio Brown, new team. He
man
already has his guaranteed money.
The man went. Listen, Ralphie. You saying it so eloquently rather. The man went dark. I want to break this down for y'all, all the family out there, and I want to get these comments because I know we got some comments out there. I see my man G-Mills on. Kyle, I got to address that Colin thing, bro. We got to talk about this. I saw you put on Facebook, and I want to ask you this after I say this first. All right, the man who makes $1 million, by the way, went dark. Okay, we work a regular job out there, right, people? Everyone has a 9 to 5 to some degree. They're doing something, right?
Yeah.
A constructive workplace or standard workplace that you do every day. The man went rogue. He went rogue. He went dark. They couldn't find him. That's bizarre, bro.
Yeah.
You're a millionaire playing for a team, representing an organization, and you go rogue.
And some people wanted him here in Midnight Green. He'll change if he, and when I'm piggybacking off of what you said, where Mayock and John Gruden said, we'll keep him in line, and a lot of people, if you saw it in the Eagles groups on Facebook and you saw it, on social media where it's like maybe he needs a change. He needs a change. He needs to go to a new team. Well, we're seeing it now. He went to a new team, and he's still the same person where he walks around and acting like everybody owns something to him.
Now, fast forward with the helmet. He's not going to play unless he wears. Now, I know we have a chat, the Shield. One of the guys was saying something about it has to be a certain helmet. The helmet that he wore before, I guess, with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he wants to wear that helmet.
And they won't let him.
Because he said that the helmets they have now block some of his vision.
Of his vision, right.
So what's the problem? Everybody.
And he's talking about
Juju's wearing the helmet they're wearing right now. He's catching every single ball right now. Right?
Right.
Mike Evans wears the same helmet.
Yeah.
He's catching every ball, so what's the difference?
Yeah.
You just can't make it up, bro.
It sounds like some bitch asses to me. I don't know.
You just can't make it up.
Can't make it up. So listen, let me just circle back to some of the comments. Kyle, man, he says, "Sup, guys? I don't like Colin. Why don't you like Colin? I need to hear this. I need you to expound on why you don't like Colin Kaepernick. I've been wanting to ask you this. I need you to expound, my brother, please. Also, we got my man G Mill, FWO in the house. I see you. He says, "What's up, Biggie? I'm gonna disagree with the poll. It's just a fit and skill issue with me. He hasn't played in 3 years, and then close to 7 years removed from his only good season. But it's offense predicated on being an accurate passer, which he isn't. Not to mention, by the time he gets back into game playing shape, our savior Sudfield will be back, and all will be good again. I mean, listen, man. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again, guys. I like Sudfield. He's decent. He's a decent player. He's a guy that's been with 3 years. But at the end of the day, if Wentz goes down, do you honestly see yourself win a Super Bowl with Sudfield? And I get the fact that Colin hasn't played, but fast forward, him being in the system, him learning the actual playbook, him being around the guys, I think he could, if God forbid, if Wentz went down, he could be somebody that we can plug in, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So Todd over on YouTube says, "Thank God we don't have those kind of problems going back on to Antonio Brown." Foolish Demon also says, "Antonio Brown is a diva."
Yeah.
Foolish also says, "He's always been this way. They thought he would be any different on Oakland. He would be any different on the Oakland Raiders of all teams." That's very true. He also goes on to say that Colin Kaepernick only has one passing speed. Mm-hmm. And then he said, "Plus the man doesn't want to play football. Enough of Kaepernick, good God."
Well, listen, man, it is what it is. I mean, you're gonna hear about Colin, man. You're gonna hear about him.
Yeah.
The man don't have a job. It's 800 something days, 887 days. The man doesn't have employment. There's no excuse. There's so many frauds in this league. There's so many bums, second and third string bums that he's much better than.
But here's the thing,
guys.
though.
Come on.
You can't. There's reports out there, and it's very true, that the Ravens and Broncos both gave him contracts and he turned it down. So it goes both ways, Aaron.
I'll give you that.
It goes both ways.
I'll give you that.
And listen,
I'll give you that.
he would have been starting on both of those teams right now.
Touche. I'll give you that.
Because if you think about it, the Broncos at that time desperately needed a quarterback.
Yeah, because Keenum was.
Simeon was terrible.
He's another one that's still.
Simeon was terrible.
Keenum.
Paxton Lynch was terrible,
Right.
and Case Keenum stinks.
He's another
so he
one.
would be starting right now for Denver.
That is, I'll give you that.
Also,
I'll
with
give
the
you that.
Ravens, they would if they had that, then they would have never drafted Lamar Jackson with the last pick in the first round and moved on with Joe Flacco. So you would have been starting with the Ravens as well.
So Mike.
So you also got to put that into perspective as well.
Right. So Mike says can't stand him or his chick Nessa, who by the way is bad. She's bad, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been looking at her like, yo, you is just bad. You see her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's bad, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm digging what she's doing. Anyway, and then also Kyle follows up and says, I just don't think he's being real about the whole equality stir up. Come on, bro. I feel that he was being stubborn since he lost his job, got caught sitting during the national anthem, and then turned into the race thing. Oh, Kyle, come on, man. Are you really serious? Is he really serious? He wore pig socks and has mailed this for years. I can't. Listen, man. I mean, you know, we can probably have another show about this. I mean, there's a lot of injustice in this country. We know this, man. I mean, I can sit there for another 20 minutes and expound on that and give you different scenarios of what's going on in this world. Listen, whether you disagree or not, I mean, he's for a good cause. There's a lot of things that's going on in the world that need to be addressed. He's just standing up for it. You know, and again, as I always say to people, when he's kneeling, he's not disrespecting the flag. He's just kneeling. Okay. In fact, the Green Beret, I believe Boyer was his last name, told him like just kneel instead of not stand at all. So I mean, listen. At the end of the day, and as El Jefe's coming in, at the end of the day, bro, I mean, the man, El Jefe, at the end of the day, the man needs a job, man. I mean, it's disgraceful that he's not playing. And it's also disgraceful while we're at it. It's disgraceful that Carmelo Anthony, I'm glad I remember this. It's disgraceful that Carmelo Anthony has no job.
It hurts me bad.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah.
And that's another reason I'm giving the NBA. I got the NCAA as well. We're going to talk about the NCAA.
Yeah.
You got to go. But the NBA, I'm giving it to him because there's no reason why in the world this man don't have a job.
Bro, Carmelo should be on, and he even said it perfectly, bro.
Yes.
There's 30 teams in the NBA.
Thank you,
and you're telling
Ralphie.
me that a Trey Burke is better than me? Seriously, you're telling me a Trey Burke is better than me?
I can't deny that.
That a Lance Stevenson is better than me, even though Lance made the Lakers last year? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He's in
so
shape.
Carmelo needs to be on a team, bro.
Was denied by Jerry Colangelo to play on the U.S. team.
That's disrespectful.
Disgraceful.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
This man's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. First ballot.
He's got how many gold medals? Oh, what was it?
Three or four?
Which is the most by any NBA player in the world.
Now listen, let me put this.
You're crazy.
Let's put this claim out there because we're gonna have some people hating, drinking the hateration. We're not saying he's what he was. We understand that. There's a drop off. His talent dropped off a little bit. But at the end of the day, he's still a guy that can come in a certain
and
role.
get you buckets, bro.
Right, in a certain role and can give you buckets. And he's willing to come off the bench. Now, and that was the best thing that he did doing that interview because he said, I'm willing to, at first it was hard, I admit, but I'm willing to come off the bench. Dog, you mean to tell me a team like, and I'm just, whether it be the Lakers, whether it be the Clippers, whether it be the Golden State Warriors, you don't think they could use his services?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seriously.
I mean, you don't think a team like, I don't know, I'm just throwing some names out there.
Imagine,
Boston?
Just imagine if Golden State said, you know what, man? We got this. Melo, what do you want?
Yeah.
You want $3 million for a year?
Yeah.
We'll give you $3 million for a year.
Absolutely.
Imagine Melo off the bench. Oh, my goodness.
Disrespectful. I'm giving it to NBA. And then also, as we get ready to leave, I'm gonna let you steer this one, Ralphie. NCAA.
Yeah, it's that. That's,
I'm gonna let you
it's disrespectful.
Go ahead.
You know, we all know the NCAA came out with the new rule where now agents, if you want to be what is it, qualified to be an agent for, you got to have a bachelor's degree.
Absolutely.
It is called the AKA Rich Paul rule because Rich Paul is he's running everything, man. Can you blame the dude though?
He is, bro.
But can you blame him because he's getting all of his clients have made. Bank.
And that's why they're doing it because the NBA, let's watch this, family. Everyone watching, thanks for rocking with us. The NBA and the NCAA is in cahoots together.
Yep, absolutely.
And if you look at all the NBA circles, a lot of management and Ryan McDonough actually said it. I actually heard him say it. Rich Paul's tough to deal with, man, because he gives it to us.
Yeah.
In so many words, he said it. He said, and Ryan McDonough was the GM at the Suns.
Yeah.
He actually drafted, who by the way is my team, by the way. He drafted, Devin Booker, Bender, all those guys.
Yeah.
That was all his draft picks. So, and he said, I forget what contract it was. I think it was the Bledsoe contract, the Eric Bledsoe contract with Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they were him and Rich Paul were talking, and he said he gave him a hard time. And that's why he got traded. That's why Bledsoe got traded to Milwaukee.
That's when Bledsoe tweeted out saying, "I don't want to be here."
Exactly.
And then 2 hours later, he got traded to Milwaukee.
Exactly. And so and Rich Paul is and it's just not that scenario. There's other scenarios that Rich Paul he gives, and rightfully so. He gives those.
Can you blame the man for doing his job?
Absolutely.
Though?
And I think
they just love to hate, bro. Just love to hate.
It's a travesty. It's a travesty between NCAA.
I would love to have an agent that has my back and says, "Listen, we know Memphis is giving you 2 for 10, but listen, I can get the Nets to give you 3 for 20.
Exactly.
Just give me 45 minutes.
Exactly.
I can work." And I'll be like, "All right, cool. Yeah. 3 for 20 to play for the Nets? Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why do you think half of the league is with is with Rich Paul.
Yeah.
Come on, man, because he gives all of his clients what they want, the most money.
So I don't know what they're going to do as far as. I mean, there's no way they can adjust that. There's no way to get around that.
No.
That sucks, man. That really sucks.
It does suck, man.
I mean, I don't know if he has to maybe go back to school for a little bit and get his degree.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to do that, but I don't know. So listen, we're good, man. We're gonna keep rocking. So listen, we won't be here next week.
Yeah, we're off next week.
We're off next week, but we will be back on the 23rd.
Yep.
So family, let's cue the music, man. Let's cue it up, baby. Thanks for rocking with us. My man Peter, man, get well, my friend.
Yeah, man.
My compadre, Peter Washington Evans. But family, again, I just want to thank y'all for actually rocking with us. And listen, be safe out there. Be safe out there over the weekend. I don't know if you're going to the shore. I don't know if you're out.
Just be safe.
Be safe. If you're going out, getting a couple brews, make sure you Uber. Hit your boy up, all right? I'll holler.